Modern view of access to justice has actually increased the ambit of the concept of access to justice. Now, presently when we look at access to justice, it is not merely providing legal assistance. In addition to legal assistance, there is a provision for providing ADRS, alternative dispute resolution forums. And in addition to that, there is going to be a third very important category which is a part of modern view, that is a new category of justice seekers. So, traditionally when you look at justice seekers, who are the people who want justice? The people whose rights have been violated. Now, take for example of a criminal law. Who can file a complaint? Who can go to court? Is the person who has suffered a crime against himself or whose rights have been violated. So, in other words, the rest of the world cannot initiate criminal proceedings for violation of somebody else's rights. It is the same person, the person himself, the victim himself has to continue with the criminal proceedings. Similarly, if you look at the criminal law, the whole edifice of the criminal law is based upon the rights of the accused. So, this is how traditionally we have come up with the development of criminal laws in India. What is the modern view is doing it to this traditional understanding of a criminal law? The modern view added one more justice seeker into the list. Other than the accused, there is a victim who is also in need of justice. So, the criminal law is now expanded to include not only the rights of the accused, but also a area of study called victimology. And so, the development of victimology and coinage for this idea of victimology is because of the modern view of justice. In addition to this, now there are some other category of justice seekers, like victims of natural or man-made disasters. So, these victims, they have no right against any other individual, but they are seeking justice against the state for the sufferings that they are undergoing. Natural disasters like tsunami or a tufan, so these disasters can be the remedy can be provided through this modern view. Man-made disasters like Bhopal gas tragedy and questionably the Uttarakhand flooding, now these things are going to be considered under the new or modern view of justice. Then comes the final saying on this, that is intended harm committed on a person, unintended harm committed on a person, both have access to justice. That is the modern view of justice. So, when this is the modern view, wherein a person, there is a new category of people who are seeking justice. Now, we need to expand the mechanism to provide justice. So, initially we felt, or the system felt, that only court can dispense with justice, but presently we are coming up with the various other specialized authorities to deal with the disputes. So, now there is a justice delivery mechanism has expanded multifold. Along with the courts, we have special courts established to deal with special kinds of disputes. So, there is SC/ST atrocities court, which is specially established to take care of atrocities against SCs and STs, family courts to take up the disputes relating to the family, so on and so forth. Now, there are tribunals to take up highly technical disputes, like Telecom Regulatory Authority, TRAI, that takes up disputes concerning telecommunication companies. Similarly, we have consumer redressal forums, which is may not be a highly technical one, but it is a special forum to look into the consumer disputes. Company Law Board, this is again a specialized agency to look into the disputes relating to the companies. So, in addition to these tribunals and special courts, we have informal mechanisms established, informal systems established by establishing mediation centers, conciliation centers, court annexed conciliation, court annexed mediation, etc. Unimpeded access to justice include free legal aid, which is the part of the first wave, class action, which is part of the second wave, alternative dispute resolution, which is part of a third wave of reforms. And then finally, we are having a new category of people who are looking into these kinds of requirements. At the end, I want to speak of a few concerns connected with these justice delivery systems. The first thing, we still have not reached millions of people whose rights are being continuously violated, but they cannot afford to seek redressal. Similarly, I do not have any hesitation to mention that the lack of access is nothing but denial of justice. Legal rights have become illusory because of this lack of access. So, the rule of law has become platitude because of this lack of access. And finally, this lack of access is leading to lack of public confidence in this public confidence in administration of justice. Thank you very much.